Please raise your right hand. Computer technician Joshua Brewer is suing his ex-girlfriend for the balance on a car loan. Defendant Tera Crouse says she won't pay for a repossessed car.
The plaintiff alleges that when he was romantically involved with the defendant, he made the mistake of co-signing on a vehicle for her benefit. I take it you already had a vehicle, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And she didn't.
I believe at the time she had another Saturn, which she sold, I believe, shortly after we got this newer car.
Who drove it?
She did.
How long were you involved with her?
About 2 years.
No, you co-signed on this vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe the purchase price was $7,371 and odd cents.
Yes.
All right. You bought the car July 26/05. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you indicate that you two broke up not long after that.
It was a little bit, it's probably about a year after we got the car.
So why'd you break up?
She had other interests in somebody else.
Outside affair.
Yes.
All right, I see you forgave her, you reconciled with her and accepted her back, and then you say there was another episode where you believe she was involved in an infidelity. What was that?
Yeah, the second time, my roommate that moved in after her was actually living with the guy that she was going over to his house. He lived with his parents, and he sent me a picture one day. I don't have that because it was, a few years ago.
Let me guess. The car that you were liable for was parked out in front of
Yes, Your Honor.
his house.
Yes.
We'll be back with more Judge Joe Brown in a moment.
I'm not saying he needs to take care of me, but he took on the responsibility.
Why? It's the same thing. You're driving it. Why should he keep having to pay on this vehicle?
He apparently wanted it.
Closed captioning sponsored. We're back with Judge Joe Brown. The plaintiff in this case says he helped his girlfriend buy a new car and she helped herself to another man. He paid for her alleged infidelity with a broken heart but refuses to pay for the car. Let's take a look.
Now, when did you learn there was a problem with the car payments?
They had called me.
Who's they?
The bank.
Bank? Oh.
Yeah. They called me numerous times saying.
That was July 12th, 07.
Yes, that's when the car got repossessed.
Okay, well, take me back a little bit. Where did this 314 come in?
The 314 was the money that they'd taken out of my account.
Oh, you had an account with the bank.
Yes, yeah. So they had, because she hadn't paid up the current, they were just trying to get as much money as they could. At the time, that's how much I had in my checking account.
314 out of your account. That was your whole balance.
Yes, and the next day is when I found out, when I tried to use my bank card.
That's how you found out?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. I was concerned because I had bills that were due then, and I couldn't pay them at the time.
You ultimately told the bank to repossess the vehicle, is that right?
Yes.
I'm getting it. They sold it at auction, and there's a deficiency of $4,487.88.
Yes.
Pass all your paperwork up, Madam
Okay.
Sonia, if you'd be so kind. Now we will go to the young lady defendant. Young lady, what do you have to say for yourself?
I feel like if he's seen that I had problems paying the payments, which I still had another car the whole time I had that other Saturn. So I was making 2 car payments, which when we were together, he was driving one of the cars and I was driving the other. Which
Well, you weren't together any longer.
Right, and I took on the responsibility and took the car, and I was having problems paying for it because I had to pay for 2 car payments. And he seen that I was having problems. Instead of contacting me, which I told him I would make payment plans with him, he didn't agree to do anything with me.
Well, he's not involved with you anymore. He doesn't want to fatten
Right.
somebody else's frog.
Right, I understand that, but if he's on the loan and I'm on the loan, he should have seen that it's going on towards him,
But
not
he's
only me.
only a co-signer. You're the principal. It's for your benefit. By the way, why is he supposed to keep taking care of you after you broke up?
I'm not saying he needs to take care of me, but he took on the responsibility.
Why? It's the same thing. You're driving it. Why should he keep having to pay on this vehicle?
He apparently wanted it, so he was the one that wanted the car in the first place.
Why does he need to want that vehicle?
So why didn't he put it?
Remember, you didn't have the credit. He did. He had to co-sign for
Right.
you.
Well, he didn't
doesn't.
have to.
What?
We didn't have to get the car. He didn't have to co-sign.
No. He doesn't need you He could have gone and got one on his own if he's the one
Right.
that wanted a car.
But it was his choice to get the car.
That's what we do when we have a lady we're in love with. Love of his life. And at home with his mama. Oh. And she's got to drive the car that I'm stuck being responsible for over there. I'm providing a means of access. And you want him to keep paying for that? Oh, no, 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 no. No, that is wrong.
I didn't cheat on him to begin with, so it doesn't matter.
Not to begin with, later. If he gonna accuse me of it, I might as well go ahead and do it.
Judge Joe Brown makes his ruling after this.
You owe this man, so you get your award. That's $4,487.88, but I'll have to reduce it down to the jurisdictional limit. That's $3,000. Now, that's gonna cost you a couple of grand total for your foolishness. Do better. Don't do that till you get married or till you can write the check. You just put it on the plastic and don't care about it. Just chalk it up to the cost of having fun.
This courtroom is now in recess.
Why the young defendant needed 2 cars anyway is still a mystery. She even said at one point that she could have cared less about getting the car. She got it, and until it was repoed, she was driving it. She's going to have to pay. We'll be right back.